Also back deep to receive the kick for the Crusaders is Chris Barnes. Letting Gavin Jones takes it. He is out over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And Evangel will have the football first and 10. John Skeens, he is the quarterback and will lead his ball club out. Skeens has thrown for 581 yards, 3 touchdowns, and more importantly, through 3 ball games, he's only had 1 pass picked off.
And that's really probably the most important statistic that John Skeens will have this year, is how many times will he turn the ball over, and he's done a great job so far in the season, keeping Evangel receivers.
Out of the I formation with Honoré and Clark, the running backs. Clark gets the handoff, cuts to the outside at the 30. He's at the 35-yard line, run out of bounds as he gets to the 40, and he will be spotted out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. So Derek Clark, the nation's number 2 rusher, averaging 184 yards a ball game, picks up a first down, and he rumbles 19 yards on first down for the Crusaders. 7 touchdowns, 552 yards rushing for Clark on 67 carries. He's number 8 in the country in scoring with 14 points a ball game. Out of the I formation at the 40-yard line, Warren Honoré gets the call. Honoré, the fullback out of Louisiana, native of New Orleans, the 6'2", 6 foot, 210-pound sophomore, fights his way into the 43-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3, second down and 7. Arthur Brooks, the split end. Gavin Jones is the flanker. The tight ends, Blake Bunning and Robbie Hurt, with Bunning in the ballgame right now. And the down linemen, the tackles are Shad McGuire and Alex Bryant. Chris Lewis and Anthony Robinson are the guards, and Wayne Smith gets the start at the center spot this afternoon. Twins to the wide side of the field. Pitch to Clark on second down. Big hole straight up the middle. Into Mid American territory. He may go down the sidelines. He's going to get hit at the 20. Stumbles down the sideline inside the 10 and is out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Well, that's a great run by Derek Clark there. The inside linebacker from Mid America, Keeler, came in on the blitz, and Warren Honoré picked him up beautifully, left a great big hole for Clark to run through. The rest of the offensive line doing their job, doing a great job. Clark just had smooth sailing all the way down to the 6.
So it's first and goal from the 6-yard line for the Crusaders. And Derek Clark has gotten out of the gate quickly in this ball game. That last carry going down to the 6. And off to Warren Honoré. He is inside the 5. Touchdown. So the Crusaders are on the board.
He touches the ball, and good things happen. And again, he puts into the end zone.
Comes with 13:52 to go in the first quarter. The Crusaders up 7-0, and Eric Gapgar in to attempt the extra point. He's 11 of 13 this year in extra points. Out of Gavin Jones' hold, the line drive kick is no good. So with the 13:52 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 Evangel. Back to kickoff in 30 seconds. For the Crusaders, and Derek Clark has gotten out of the gate quickly in this ball game from the 43. Quickly, it's the last carry going down to the 6. And off to
51 yards.
Rob Evans, Darren Cates back at Pioneer Stadium. It's a very quick touchdown for the Crusaders. 13:52 to go in the first quarter. And between Derek Clark with 51 yards rushing and Warren Honoré picking up 9 yards on 2 carries. The last 6 going for a score, and Evangel is on top by his 6-0 score. A 51-yard run for Clark is what set up that touchdown. So Derek with 70 yards now total in the ballgame. Carter is going to kick out of the hold of Derek McBride, and it's going to be taken by one of the up men for the Pioneers. Running the ball is Joe Paris. And Paris is going to get from the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Very simple to watch today. It's a really slick field out there. A lot of nice holes to look around in out there. And the footing's going to be a little slippery today and maybe tougher for the kickers today.
And midfield, where they have the red, white, and blue M for Mid American Nazarene in the painted area out there, it's very, very slick.
Very slick. Good thing they do have it painted.
First down and 10. John Rowland is the quarterback. He's a 6 foot, 170-pound senior. They will run out of the I formation with a wide receiver to the near side with Jermaine Peacock and Kevin Jones, the running backs. Jones is the fullback, and he will get the call on first down and get out close to midfield. That'll be a gain of 3 yards, second down at 7. Kevin Jones is the leading rusher for the Pioneers. He's averaging 77 yards a ball game. He's rushed for 309 yards this year. 4 touchdowns. First down and 10. Or excuse me, second and 7. Steve Settle, the wide receiver, wide to the left side. And they've changed the set already. The handoff goes to Jared Richards, the wing back. And he will get into Crusader territory down to 45. And he'll be short by 2 yards. Make it 1 yard for the first down. So right off the bat, you're seeing the Pioneers doing just a little bit of everything. They run out of the I formation, then this time they break the I and give the ball to the wingback.
And that's what they're going to try to do all day. Be a little deceptive, not let Evangel know exactly what they're going to do.
Len Hoke is going to line up in the slot to the near side. The handoff goes to the wingback, lining up in the backfield, Jared Richards. And he's going to get the first down as he cracks down to the 42-yard line. Richards is averaging 30 yards a game. He's rushed for 124 yards this year. Set the Crusader defense. Jerry Knowles and Jay Hellwig are the defensive ends. Michael Odom and John Oglesby are the tackles. We have Ryan Helton getting the start at the nose guard spot. Jeff Sager and Sam Dollar are the linebackers, with Bob Bailey and Rodney Burns on the corners, and Andy Ford and Derek McBride, the safeties. 12:20 left to go. First quarter, 6-0 Evangel. Man of the slot, they have a wide receiver to the left side, and the pitch back to the tailback, James Blount, the wingback, if you will, who's lined up as the tailback.
Really trying to give some offsetting formations, lining backs up in different areas, unique areas in the backfield, so to speak. Trying to give Evangel some different looks.
Ball goes down to the 40-yard line. It'll be second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 40. Evangel with a 6-0 lead. John Rowland under center. This has been so far a ground-based attack for the Pioneers. Rowland on the option, pitches back to Blount. Blount is going to be hit at the 39-yard line. The Crusaders spread things out well. Up from the safety spot is Juan Patton, who just checked into the ball game to help make the stop.
So far this year, Evangel's really defended the option well. Not too many teams have been able to turn the corner on them, get the ball to the pitch man, and get in the open field. Great pursuit by that time, as usual by the Evangel defense.
Third down and 8 with 11 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Ball right at the 40-yard line. Wingman goes in motion. That's Richards. Rowland is going to sprint out to the near side. Now he looks to run. Pulls up. He's going to have some trouble. Fires the ball out of bounds. It's caught by one of the assistants on the sideline for the Pioneers. And will bring up a punting situation. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 40-yard line. And let's see what Mid America does. It looks like they're going to put Jason Stansberry, their outstanding punter, who's averaging 40 yards per kick, 40.1 yards per punt, into the ball game and try and pin the Crusaders back in poor field position. Stansberry ranked number 3 in the country in punting, and he's going to send a high punt into the end zone. The fair catch was called for. The ball bounced all over the head of the intended receiver, Juan Patton. You take a look at some of the numbers and stats we have on Stansbury must be a little old because the updated ones have him averaging 41.9 yards per punt. That particular kick right at 40 yards into the end zone. But America's defense is ranked 5th in the country in passing, pass defense, only allowing 91 yards per game passing. But of course, the Crusaders have shown they can move the ball on the ground. So they have to see how they do against the running game today. So far, Derek Clark with 70 yards. Gets the call on first down from the 20, gets out to the 22. And that's his 3rd carry of the day. The heart of the line and on the stop for the Pioneers. Daniel Blackburn, a defensive tackle. One of the guys in on the stop. Stansbury also there. 2nd down and 8. The ball on the 22-yard line. Evangel going from your right to your left. They are going into the wind here in the first quarter. It did not stop them on the first series. They're going to send Brooks and Jones to the near side. Out of the I formation, schemes with a long count. He'll pitch back to Derek Clark. He's got Ottaway in front of him. He gets hit behind the line and runs out of bounds. Steps out at the 21, so that'll be a loss of a yard. As the Pioneers have that one well stretched out.
Yeah, they really did. They really strung it out real well. Wasn't able to turn the corner at all. They worked effectively early in the game. This time, I think they'd seen it one too many times. Snuffed it out pretty good.
Travis Welch, freshman free safety, one of the guys over there as well, is Kent Peterson, a senior cornerback, to help spread things out. And you're looking at 3rd down and basically 9 yards to go. Clark is going to come in the slot. Schemes back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Fires the ball out. Jones makes a diving catch at the 31-yard line. If he caught the ball and got the first down, and Evan Jones picks up the catch and the first down for the Crusaders. Jones, Evangel leading receiver, with his 12th catch of the year.
Yeah, Skeens had plenty of time on that possession, on that throw, that attempt. Gavin came across the middle, wide open, set down, great in the zone, made a beautiful catch.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Back to the I formation where Derek Clark will run into schemes, a bit of miscommunication, but Derek loses the ball, and the Pioneers say they have it. Let's see if the officials will give it to them. It is going to be 2nd down. So Derek Clark was able to fall on his own fumble. Could be a loss of a couple of yards back to the 30-yard line. So basically 2nd down and 10. Last year's ball game, the Crusaders won it 31-12, leading 24-0 going into the 4th quarter. Clark lines up in the slot. He'll go in motion to the far side. Ottaway in the draw play, loses the ball, falls down on it back to the 26-yard line. And this particular series, he is going absolutely nowhere. 9:13 to go. 2 plays back-to-back have resulted in fumbles. And that time, the first play looked like Clark didn't have a clean handle on the ball, but the exchange was clean. That time didn't look like they had a clean exchange.
Yeah, that's that timing on that draw play. You don't get it exactly right, that can cause problems. Evangel hasn't turned the ball over much this year, hasn't put the ball on the turf much. And maybe with a little bit colder weather, a little adjusting needs to be done.
Well, the Crusaders were able to convert on 3rd down the last time they had it. This time they're facing 3rd and about 14. They dump it off to Ottaway down the sideline. He is pinned in as he gets out over the 30 to the 34-yard line. And the play is going to gain 7 yards, but Ottaway is going to be well short of the first down. So a punting situation, and Matt Ragsdale, averaging 35.8 yards a punt, comes in. The sophomore out of Rolla. The snap is knee-high. The kick is away. A wobbly kick may have been partially blocked, and it goes out of bounds to the 50-yard line. So a 20-yard punt with no return, and Mid American Nazarene has the ball on the 50-yard line, first down and 10.
Ball is out of bounds up the 50-yard line, and the Pioneers will take possession in midfield.
John Rowland, who moved his ball club well the last time the Pioneers had the football, only to come away empty-handed, barks the signals. He has two wide receivers split to the left side. From the far hash mark, the lone setback will get the football, and Kevin Jones, he is going to get to the Crusader 49-yard line. A gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Kevin Jones about the area, and Kevin Jones now holds the Mid American Nazarene College rushing record.
Kevin Jones has apparently, as you heard the PA man say, just passed the all-time rushing record for Mid American Nazarene. Second down and 9. The handoff is a fake to Jones, and Rowland is going to go down as Jeff Sager and Jay Elway fire through there to pin in for a loss of 3 yards back to the Pioneer 48-yard line.
A rather unusual looking play. Looked a little bit like the option, but he didn't have a pitch man with him. Of course, didn't have a chance to go anywhere anyway.
So you're looking at third down and 11 from the 48-yard line. Trips to the near side, one man to the far side of the field, which is the short side, and Rowland's going to run the option. The pitch is back on the ground. A flag is thrown. The play is going to result in a loss of a couple of more yards. The way the flag was thrown in there, you get the indication that it might be a hold. And it is. It will be a hold against the Pioneers. And the Crusaders are indicating that they are going to decline the penalty and take the down, in which the ball is back in the 46-yard line. And Jason Stansberry will have to kick the football away once again. He's going to send one back deep to receive the punt. Patton averaging 10 yards of return. He's back there along with Troy Clayton, so twins back to receive the punt. The Crusaders get token pressure on as they peel back for the return, and Clayton will take the ball at the 8-yard line. He's going to get outside of the 10, cuts back, tries to pick up a block, and punts his way to the 13-yard line. A good punt coverage by the Pioneers. A 47-yard punt. 46-yard punt, excuse me. And Evangel will have the ball on the 13-yard line, first down and 10. Clark and Honore in the backfield. Evangel leading 6-0. Getting a touchdown at the 13:52 mark of the first quarter. And Derek Clark tries to cut outside, and since that big long run up the middle, Derek has found the going much tougher.
Yeah, he really has. I think maybe the Pioneers weren't exactly ready to play in the first series, and they made some adjustments, really trying to put the lid on Derek.
They have done so. His last couple of carries have resulted in single digits in yardage, 3 yards on, 4 carries. Jones will come split to the near side. Brooks to the far side. Hand off to Honore. Straight ahead. Honore is going to get out of the 20 to the 21-yard line. He's going to be a couple short of the first down. So a good tough run by Warren Honore. Even if they don't give him the positive spot, and they do, so he's going to be looking at third down and a yard to go. So a gain of 6 on the play. The Crusaders will send Brooks, the sophomore wide receiver, to the near side. Jones goes wide to the right. And Derek Clark gets the call. Has the first down. He's out over the 30. And he's tackled at the 32-yard line. And taking the stop, strong safety Tim Essick. That time, he had a full on the speed and got the hole that he needed.
Yeah, that was a great big hole there by the left side of the line. Chad McGuire and Chris Lewis really opening up some nice gaping holes there. Plenty of room to run. Gets the head of steam going, like you said, and he's very tough to bring down. He's going to get 6 or 7 yards.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Out of the eye with wide receivers, 1 to each side. The pitch to Derek Clark. He's going to try and go off right tackle. He's going to pick his way out of the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 yards to go. First quarter winding down. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Good contingent here from Evangel today, or at least sitting in the far side, huddled under the blankets.
That's what happens when you beat the number 1 team in the nation.
Evangel has always had a crowd of alumni from the Kansas City area. Always come out and support the ball club whenever they're in the area. Jimmy Honoré on the draw play, gets to the outside. He's out over the 40. Has the first down as he gets to the 45-yard line. So Honoré with the carry on the draw play. That will move the chains once again for the Crusaders. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The Crusaders leading 6-0. Warren Honoré getting the touchdown run from 6 yards out. Man of the slot. That's Honoré this time. Clark is the lone setback, and Derek's going to get the handoff. He'll get to the outside at the 50 into Mid American territory. Depending on where he's marked out of bounds, he's going to be spotted out, I believe, back at the 48. May get a positive spot to the 47-yard line, which is where they're going to put it, closer to the 46.
Very positive spot.
So a gain of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. A short 2. Brooks and Jones to the near side, Honoré in the slot. And Clark again will get the call. Clark will get the first down, and Derek is going to get inside the 45 down to the 42-yard line. Kenny Keeler, the linebacker, one of the pioneers and on the stop, along with Darryl Slater. Buccaneers don't have much size on the defensive line. 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for Evangel. Honoré on first down, runs into the wall at the line of scrimmage, tried to bounce outside, and Jason Stansberry and company did not let him get there. Anthony Liggins, the defensive end, a junior. They're going to make the stop.
Evangel right now really keeping it rather basic, just really running straight ahead at Mid American. Mid America's having a tough time stopping. Been very effective so far.
Anthony Liggins is listed at 5'5", 201 pounds. Smaller than you are.
Oh, see, now why'd you have to say that?
Derek Clark gets the fake. Gavin Jones gets it on the end around. Jones is going to get hit big time at the 39 or the 34. Did not see the number of the truck that nailed Gavin Jones. He's going to be spotted back at the 40 or the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down.
He really bounced back a good yard after he was hit. But as Gavin often does, he gets right back up, right back to the huddle.
3rd down and 5. And Gavin is going to go split to the wide side of the field. Schemes back to pass on 3rd and 5. Fires out of the flat. Brooks makes the catch at the 26. Cuts back at the 20, 15, 10, inside the 5, down at the 2.
Of Great play by Arthur Brooks. Leaps into the air to make the catch. When he comes down, gives a little move to the right and turns back to the inside. No one's there.
Play is good for 30 yards and a first down for the Crusaders. And they will get the ball first and goal. They're going to spot him down to the 3. And Brooks will go to the sideline and get the high fives as we line up in the power I backfield. Ray Clark in the backfield. Derrick gets the call up over the top, and he is going to be close, if not in, for the score. He unpiles in the end zone, but they're going to say that he did not make it. If you land on the pile and you come out in the end zone, if you're landing on the pile and you don't hit the ground until you get in the end zone, isn't that a touchdown?
I would think so. Unless they just ruled his forward motion is stopped, but if he's still falling forward, his forward motion is still going forward.
He's about as close as you can get without getting into the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Schemes to Clark, and he is in for the score. So Derrick Clark with his 8th touchdown rushing of the year. So the Crusaders are up by a 12-0 score. Let's see if Evangel goes for 2 to try and make up for the missed extra point the first time, and that appears to be exactly what they're going to do. We'll say this drive started back at the 14-yard line. 86-yard drive. No, they are going to go for the extra point kick. Apgar will kick out of the Jones hold. He's going to fake it, and he's going to be tripped in the backfield. Gavin's going to try and throw the ball. Pass is incomplete. So the Crusaders did go for 2 out of the kick formation. The pass failed, and with 14 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's Evangel 12, Mid American Nazarene nothing. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. As close as you can get without getting into the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Schemes. Second and goal. At halftime, maybe. Rob Evans, Darren Cates back at Pioneer Stadium. The Crusaders up 12-0. And perhaps the Pioneers getting the scouting report well. The Crusaders do not like to have that odd point on there. And even though they lined up in kick formation, tried the 2-point conversion run, they had to play well diagnosed, and Gavin Jones was unable to get the pass away. So it's 12-0, and Apgar will kick it away. And as he gets set to start towards the ball, it is blown off the tee, and Derek McBride is going to come in and hold the ball on the tee. A reminder, you're listening to Evangel College Football on KADI Republic Springfield. Rob Evans, Darren Cates at Pioneer Stadium in a sunny Olathe, Kansas. The clouds have rolled away, and it's turning out to be a nice day today. But of course, we're sitting inside. Kick is going to be popped up and out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds at the 28-yard line. I would imagine the Pioneers will take the football and move it out to the 35-yard line. We'll have it first down at 10. The same height earlier.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Maybe the audio is straight around.
Ball to the 35, first down at 10 for the Pioneers. 14 seconds left to go in the quarter.
I'm trying to keep up.
John Rowland out of the I formation with the right wide receiver to the near side, and the handoff is going to go to Len Hoke. And Hoke is not going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. He stopped for a loss of a yard.
Well, after the initial drive that Mid America had, Evangel was really stopped. Gave them no room to run anywhere.
And that is the end of the quarter. The last play of the first quarter results in a loss of a yard. And at the end of one, it's Evangel 12, Mid American Nazarene nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Start saying something. Right?
As far as I'm concerned, you tell me. Okay. All right, we'll talk to you later then. Bye-bye.
You know, you're about
Zach knows. You gotta make a good impression with it. Mid American Nazarene with three receivers to the wide side of the field. The pitch is to the tailback out of the I formation. The play is going to be strung out to the point to where Jermaine Peacock cannot pick up any yardage. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. He's going to get back the yard they lost, so he gains 1.
Yeah, Jay Hillwood really read that play well, snuffed it out. Just pushed him towards the sideline, He had nowhere to go.
Jerry Knowles put pressure on John Rowland to throw the ball, or to pitch the ball a little bit sooner than I'm sure he wanted to.
And as a quarterback, you hate that.
Sean Freeman goes split wide to the right, along with Jared Richards, the wingback, out of the I formation on the option play. Rowland is hit behind the line. He gets away from Knowles, but Jeff Sager is there to wrap him up. As he gets out to the 38-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down and a punting situation with 4th and about 8 for the Pioneers. So the defense rising to the occasion once again. And to start the second quarter now with the wind, Evangel should get pretty good field position. Stansberry in to kick the ball away. Long count as the play clock winds down. The snap is low, but he's able to get it away. And end-over-end kick that bounces straight up into the air and is going to be caught at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at that point, leading 12-0. And we're just into the opening moments of quarter number 2. Next week, the Crusaders back home and a big game in the conference against the Missouri Valley Vikings. Vikings checking in at 3-0 this week. They're at number 19 in the Division II poll. Baker the following week at number 13. So big 2 weeks coming up after today for Evangel. Eric Clark gets the handoff on 1st down. He's hit behind the line and surges forward. And ends up getting out to the 37, possibly the 38. It's going to be a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. And he was hit a good 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The smaller Mid American team is going to be dragging them a few yards each carry.
Second down and 8. Jones comes wide right. Brooks wide left. Left is the short side of the field, and the handoff is to Tim Hester in the ball game at the fullback spot, replacing Warren Honore. And Hester, the 5'10", 185-pound junior out of Abilene, Texas, able to get out of 40 to the 43-yard line, and he's going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Blake Bunning brings the play in from the sideline. And it'll be the same set out of the I formation with Brooks wide left and Jones wide right. Evangel going from your left to your right with that wind at their back. Hester gets the handoff. He's going to have big yardage. He's in the Mid American territory as he dives down to the 47-yard line. It's going to be close to 9 yards and a first down for the Crusaders.
And you're just seeing the Evangel College front line, the front five, just dominating the line, pushing Mid-America back, opening holes, making it very difficult for the Pioneers to stop.
Well, you're looking at from left tackle to right, you're going 255 and 235 on the left side, Wayne Smith at 240 in the middle, and then Anthony Robinson at 275 and Alex Bryant at 290 on the right side. Play action fake to Derek Clark. He's going long. He's got Ford out there. The catch is made at the 20. He's down the sidelines, and he is in for the score. That pass play good for 47 yards to Darius Ford for the touchdown. Fourth touchdown pass of the year for John Skeens. And Darius Ford with his first touchdown catch of the campaign.
And that's what happens when you have a back like Derek Clark. All you got to do is get him a little play action. Everybody's going to come up to meet him. Darius Ford had his man beat by a good 10 yards.
Apgar in to attempt the extra point. The kick is on the way, and it's good. 11:39 to go in the second quarter. 19-0. The Crusaders will lead back to the kickoff in 30 seconds. On the right side. Play action fake, right side. $19-0, the Crusaders with the lead. Eric Apgar will kick it away. A 47-yard touchdown pass from Skeens to Darius Ford. And you're right, he had 3 or 4 yards on his defender. Made a last attempt to hit him, got him about the 4, but Ford was able to dive into the end zone and come up with a score. So this time, Apgar will be kicking off with the wind. And McBride is again going to hold on to the football. So the Crusaders up by a 19-0 score. And the kick is going to be taken by Hoke back at the 5. He's going to go to the far side of the field where they've got the return set up. He's on the 20, 25, McBride is the last man to beat him. McBride makes the tackle at the 47. He's there. The Pioneers got the return set up.
They got the wall set up. Made a nice effort to get to the outside, and that's kind of a area that in the last 2 weeks that we've seen the Evangel have a little control with. But Ezekiel has some good return yards against them also.
So the Pioneers with the ball near midfield at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 19 points. Evangel, of course, led 24-0 going into the 4th quarter a year ago against this team. John Rowland with the handoff to his tailback, Jermaine Peacock, and he'll get a yard before Sam Dollar puts the hit on him. He'll get out to the 48, possibly the 49-yard line.
Number 40, Sam Dollar.
It'll be a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Take a look at the schedule that the Crusaders have played. McMurray is in the top 25 at number 22. Benedictine, of course, was number 1. And the next 2 opponents after today, Valley and Baker, both nationally ranked. Talk about a tough schedule. And so far, they have been successful against it. Fumble on the snap. The ball is blown dead, and a flag is going to be thrown. The Crusaders come up with a football. But let's wait and see what the flag is. A procedure penalty against Mid America, so the Crusaders are not going to get the option of taking the football. They're going to have to take the yardage, and it'll bring up 2nd and 14.
Actually, a case where the penalty actually worked in favor.
You won't see that very often where you're thankful to get a penalty, but in this case, you hang on to the football because you do have one. Steve Settle goes split wide to the right. Richards, the wingback, to the left, and Rowland is going to sprint out to pass. Ryan up, puts some pressure on. The catch is made at the 45-yard line. And the receiver, Kevin Jones, he is out of bounds at the 48. So they'll get back the yardage that they lost on the penalty. And it'll bring up 2nd down, or make it 3rd down at 8.
Second quarter score, Kansas State leading Kansas, number 6.
Is it time for that battle already? Kansas and Kansas State.
Early, I thought.
I mean, that's the highlight of their year, isn't it?
I thought Florida State and Kansas was the highlight. Game of the year.
May not have been much of a highlight. On 3rd down, Twins to the wide side of the field, or the short side of the field. Rowland throws over the middle, and the ball slipped off his hand, and he overthrows. He is tight end, Pedro Ibarra. That'll bring up a punting situation once again, and Patton and Clayton will go back deep to receive. We were debating why Kansas would want to play Florida State, and everybody was in Virginia was telling me that it was because of the exposure and everything else. I said, yeah, some kind of exposure, you get your tail kicked. But I guess it was also worth the money.
Well, if they made a good showing, you know, it probably would have given them a little bit better reputation as being a top.
The punt is a over-end kick, and it's going to roll down to the 22-yard line where the Pioneers will down the football. Kenny Keeler on the special squad down to pick it up. So the Crusaders will have the ball at that point, 1st and 10. A 30-yard punt, no return. And John Skeens and company out. You can tell the wind is a little nippy today. I believe Mr. Skeens is sporting a hand warmer.
Sure is.
10 minutes, 2 seconds to go.
Wouldn't mind having one of those myself today.
It's not that bad up here. You've got your winter coat, gloves, and mittens. You think it's cold outside. Derek Clark on the handoff, gets to the outside. He's at the 30, has the first down out to 35. A flag is down, and Clark gets tackled at the 38-yard line, but it looks like it is all going to be brought back because of the hold. So the holding penalty will wipe out a big gain by the Crusaders' Derek Clark. You're looking at a gain of close to 15 yards. It'll be taken off the boards. 9:55 to go in the first half here at Pioneer Stadium in Olathe, Kansas. Next week, the Crusaders are at home against the Vikings in Missouri Valley. Then they're on the road at Baker, and then home to play Graceland to wind up the month of October. And a reminder that next Saturday night's game is a night game at 7:30 following the SMS Bears homecoming contest at 2 in the afternoon against Jacksonville State. Play action fake. Skeens is going long. Jones is going to step on his man, but the ball is overthrown by a step or two at the 40-yard line. And I think Gavin may have slowed down just a little bit as he got in behind his man to gauge where the ball was and then tried to turn it on at the end, and when he made the head first dive, he came up just a little bit short.
Yeah, it really looked like that when he looked to see where the ball was at, that he slowed down to try to find the ball in the air.
Yeah, it wasn't something that he consciously did. It's just that when you turn your head back, you slow down just enough, and that was the difference between making the catch and it coming up just short after diving after it. On 2nd down. On the draw play, Derek Clark with the handoff. He's going to break a couple of tackles as he spins out over the 25 to the 29-yard line. The line of scrimmage after the penalty was the 12-yard line. Or excuse me, the 17-yard line. So that play, a gain of 12. And the ball is going to go all the way out to the 28. 3rd down and 5 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Evangel leading it 19-0. Jones and Brooks, the receivers. Hester and Clark, the running backs. Clark is going to get the handoff. 15 around to Jones. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of a yard out to the 29, maybe the 30. He gets a good spot. And that play was well diagnosed defensively by the Pioneers. It'll bring up 4th down and 3 yards to go for the first. So Matt Ragsdale will come into the ball game and punt the football away for the Crusaders.
I think Derek may have not known where the first down marker was that time, or he may have tried to cut it up a little earlier. Instead, tried to go to the outside, get a little bit more yardage. Turns out not getting the first down.
So Ragsdale will punt the ball away. The snap bounces to him, and he's going to have to run now, and is going to get caught back at the 25-yard line. Sophomore linebacker from Atlanta. Pioneers with turnover. In effect, a turnover on downs, and they've got outstanding field position at the 26-yard line. It looked like he could have gotten the kick away, but he committed to the run.
I think that the play before, where he had first and block, may have been in the back of his mind, aware that they were coming, and didn't want to risk the chance of getting a block, so tried to take off.
And I think he thought that he could make the first down yardage. It was only 3 yards, but the defense closed in and pursued well to the ball. Rowland is going to sprint out the pass. He is under the gun, so he's going to keep the run. He's in the 20, 50, cuts back, dives to the 10. The first down. 16 yards to the 10. The Pioneers are threatening to get out of the board. They've got the ball first and goal from that point.
Rowland is a man you've got to contain. If he gets to the outside, he can be dangerous. In fact, that's probably what Mid America would like to see him do more often, is put the ball under his arm and tuck it up, try to head downfield.
Well, this is an offensive ball club capable of putting some points on the board. They're averaging just shy of 20 points a game. First and goal from the 10. Rowland to Jones. Jones inside the 5. Attempt the extra point. He's perfect. 8 out of 8 this year. Snap back, ball down. The kick is on the way. Second quarter, 18-7. The Crusaders lead back to the kickoff in 30 seconds. Inside the board, they're averaging just shy of 20 points a game. First and goal from the 10. Roll the game. Back at Mid American Nazarene, where the Sons of the Pioneers have put their first touchdown on the board. To mention, they're averaging close to 330 yards a game on the ground, total offense, and 20 points. Just that defensively, they are allowing 24 points a ball game. And that included a 43-point offensive output last week against Culver Stockton.
Any team that you give the ball over to, yeah, it really did. It looked like at first it may go 10 yards, and as the wind was blowing, it didn't have a chance to get 10 yards.
So the Crusaders are going to get I thought they were going to get the option of taking the ball out of bounds at that point. But then we saw John Skeens head back to the bench. And now they're going to go ahead and give the ball to the Crusaders. The procedure penalty is declined. And the ball went out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And that's where Evangel's going to get it. So it's almost like turning the ball over in the same territory.
That's a 2-yard kickoff.
So Skeens will send Brooks wide left, Jones wide right, Honore and Clark in the backfield. Hand off to Derek Clark. Clark is going to go off tackle on the right side. Get a couple of yards down to the 35. Second down, 8 yards to go from the 35-yard line. 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first half from Pioneer Stadium. Mid American Nazarene trailing Evangel 19-7. Well, the point comparisons, Evangel giving up just 8.7 points per ball game. And off to Clark. Clark picking his way through the hole up the middle. He's down to the 30, driven back to the 29-yard line. Coming out of there after making the hit for the Pioneers is their middle linebacker, Kenny Keeler. You heard Coach Bearfield talk about him, and he has been there on just about every play. It seemed like wherever the ball is, he always is going to go for it.
He's got a good nose for the ball. That time Clark got most of those yardage running backwards as he spun, kind of fell backwards in the 4-yard gain.
Third down and a long 2 to go. Honore gets the call and the first down inside the 25, still going inside the 20, and he's down at the 19-yard line. That's going to be a gain of close to 10 yards and a first down.
Well, Warren just runs hard, and he's going to wear a defense down, just running at him like that all day. And really, like I said before, just good things happen when Warren touches the ball, whether it be receiving the ball in the pass or running straight ahead. And does a great job blocking, too, for Derek Clark, which goes unnoticed quite often.
Goes unnoticed quite often with the possible exception by Derek himself. But with Honore, he just keeps pounding. You keep looking for Clark, and all of a sudden he's there to hurt you. Skeens back to pass, pumps once, goes into the end zone. In the end zone. Interception is made by Kent Peterson, the quarterback. I don't know if it was Peterson who wears 22 or Essex who wears 27. And it's Peterson who gets the interception. And that particular time, it looked like one of the few times this year that John threw the ball right to a defender.
Yeah, I think he may have misread the coverage and maybe should have waited for Derek to clear the back deep man there in the zone. And maybe he thought it was man, I don't know. They just didn't quite let him clear the defender.
Roland on first down will pitch the ball to the outside. James Block has some running room. He's out over the 30 to the 31-yard line. The Pioneers are going to get a big gain on first down, but hold on to your hats. Penalty flag has been tossed. And let's see what that is. So Block, the sophomore running back, with a gain of close to 13 yards, and it looks like it will be brought back. A personal foul. It is on the defense away from the ball. Personal foul will be called against the Crusaders.
And really, things are going Mid America's way right now. After the score, they tried an onside kick, which really didn't work, but they got a turnover and got the ball right back. And now with this personal foul, the ball position, and apparently they're moving the ball pretty well.
That is going to result in a 27-yard play. The personal foul is 15 from the point of the foul, which was the 32. So the ball to the 47, hand off to Jones, and he's going to carry into Crusader territory at the 47-yard line. And right now, the Pioneers' offensive line is blasting off the ball. They don't have that much size, comparatively speaking. The largest man on the line is their left tackle, Carl Halverson, at 244 pounds. And they've got a guy in there at 203 pounds in the starting line. And they are doing an outstanding job. Settle, wide right. And the handoff, as a flag is thrown, the handoff goes to Richards. And he gets nailed as he gets close to the 45-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. Ball is spotted on the 45, and now we'll discuss the penalty. Derek McBride is along with Jeff Sager there, so the penalty is going to be marked off against the Pioneers. There's 5 and 10. And a hold against Mid American Nazarene. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, Paul K. Hoxton will be visiting with his halftime guest. They'll be talking about life on the Evangel College campus. We invite you to stay tuned for that. Rolling back to pass, the blitz is on, and down he goes, back at the 30-yard line.
He had no time whatsoever to get set up. He didn't even get to his set position before he went down.
Michael Odom ran right through an open hole, and by the time he got there, Jay Helwig and Jerry Knowles were coming up to support, but Odom pretty much grabbed a hold of him and said he's mine.
Yeah, now Mid-America is in a real difficult situation. After having a good break, find themselves in third and very, very long.
26 to be exact. Settle goes wide to the right, along with Jermaine Peacock. Out of the I formation with James Blount in the backfield as the wingback, and he's going to get the pitch in the option. He gets outside at the 34 and is bumped out of bounds. Juan Patton in on the stop. Combined to help knock him out of bounds. Ryan Helton over there as well. And a 4th down situation coming up. Stansbury will punt the ball away, so after a promising start to the drive, that holding will release him to take the wind right out of their sails, to use a cliche.
Yeah, and it really gave Evangel an opportunity, who was looking kind of flat on that drive defensively, allowed them to make a big play on the sack, and of course now they have to punt the ball.
Stansbury standing in his own 19. He'll pop it from about the 21. The snap is good. And the kick is a returnable kick. Is taken. And then dropped it. The ball is loose.
Touched it, but I think he thought he touched it because he seemed to go right back after it.
He went after it, and by the time the defense got there, he had touched it. And it was a free ball. Ball on the 36. Jones will get it, take it straight up the middle, down to the 31, a gain of 5. Second down and 5 for the Pioneers. And this is exactly what you're talking about when you say that it's tough to maintain your emotional high of a week ago, and right now the Pioneers have seized the momentum.
Yeah, they really have. And therefore, I thought Evangel may have regained a little bit of momentum with the big plays, but then, the turnovers or the costly mistakes gives it right back over to Mid America.
And they're going to take a timeout with 4 minutes to go. And this may help the defense regroup. At least hope it does. 19-7, Evangel with the lead. Back in 30 seconds.
Concession stand located at the north end of the left stand. Whether it's soft drinks, candy, popcorn, nachos. If they like to go, you may want to get something hot. Coffee and hot chocolate available down there. Also go to the hot dog place just north and pick up those delicious hot dogs and sausages. Our proceeds. Make whiskey club fun to help Mid-American Athletic Program here in Mid-America.
After the timeout, reminder you're listening to Crusader Football on KADI Republic Springfield. I'm Rob Evans along with Darren Cates. On second down, let's call it 6. After the Pioneer timeout, they send trips to the near side. They've got everybody out of the pattern except Peacock in the backfield. He gets the option pitch. A flag is thrown as Peacock gets inside the 20. And he's going to be stepped out of bounds or pushed out of bounds right at that point, but let's see what the flag is. Flag is thrown back at the 28-yard line.
Looks like there's going to be a clip.
Same difference, and illegal use of the hands coming in terms of a block. And the Pioneers, who had an outstanding run by Peacock to the weak side, that's going to cost them yardage all the way back to the 38. So instead of having a first down at the 20, lose 18 yards on the play because of the penalty. And it'll be second down and 12 with 3:54 to go in the first half. Coming into the lineup, bringing the play in from the sidelines is a senior, Kelly Lovelace, wide receiver. And he will come split to the near side. Settle and Hoke go wide to the right. Blount in the slot to the right. Jones, the lone setback. Rowland under center with a long count. Fakes the draw, slips it to him from behind, and Jones gets nailed as he gets to the line of scrimmage, fights his way forward to the 35.
They didn't get much yardage on that play, but they sure looked good at the backfield. He slipped it in back behind him.
Going to be third down now and 8 to go. Three minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. Pioneers facing a big play, third down, and let's call it 8 yards to go. Two wide receivers to the wide side of the option play. Rowland's going to keep it, and he's in trouble. He turns it upfield, gains about a yard, and then is met by Ryan Helton. And it will bring up fourth down, and we'll be generous and give him 4th and 7.
Well, the Pioneers have run the option on 3rd and long with no success on either play or any of the 3 plays.
The Pioneers are going to take a timeout with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first half. We'll go ahead and keep it here. I mentioned the Crusaders are home next week. They're going to be facing the Vikings of Missouri Valley. Now going into their ball game this week, the Vikings are ranked 19th in the country. And Missouri Valley is playing Culver Stockton today, their homecoming contest. And Marshall, that'll be a 3 o'clock ball game. Of course, Culver with a 1-3 overall record. Their one win coming over this Mid American Nazarene ball club. Other games in the conference, Baker is playing William Jewell today. Benedictine has the week off. Central Methodist at Graceland in the heart of America. Here it's 19-7. 4th down and 8 yards to go for the first down. And the Pioneers are going to go for it with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first half. Rowland under center. The line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line. And he may have made the Crusaders jump offside. Play action fake. Rowland back to pass. Swings the ball out to Hulk out of the backfield. The pass is incomplete. And there are no flags thrown on the play. So the Crusaders are able to jump back and stay outside. And Jeff Sager and John Oglesby put enough pressure on Rowland to cause him to overthrow the pass. And it's incomplete. 1st and 10 for Evangel.
Yeah, they really gave him no time at all to throw. It was an interesting play. They faked to the tailback and then sent him out after they faked to him, tried to get him the ball that way. He was pretty well covered. And, of course, with the rush, no time to throw anyway.
Ford and Jones to the near side. Brooks to the far side. They give the ball to Derek Clark, and Clark slips and falls down short of the line of scrimmage. And see Derek Clark off the turf of the game. From here, it looked like his leg went down underneath him. And when you go down at an awkward angle, you automatically worry about an injury or something of that nature. But Derek just slipped as he was getting ready to make a cut. So it'll be a loss of a couple of yards. Anna Ray comes out of the lineup. Ford Clark and Brooks are out of the pass pattern. We have the double tight set, Blake Budding, the tight end, in tight. On the near side, Skeens is going to roll, looks to throw, sets up. Now he's going to run. He's out at the 30, 35, and he goes down at that point. He will gain about 4 yards on the play. And an awful lot of running and an awful lot of excitement for that much yardage.
Yeah, he really did. He made a really good play, actually, guys. All the receivers were really well covered. He didn't have a place to throw. Didn't really have a place to get rid of the ball. Made a nice duck back inside, then tried to get back out. Just went down in a short game.
No place to go, nowhere to hide, and ended up making positive yardage out of the situation.
Yeah, it's better than putting the ball up for grabs and throwing another INT.
3rd and 9 with 1:05 to go. The Crusaders will throw out of the shotgun. Clark in the slot. Skeens is looking long, fires over the middle. The pass is off the hands of the intended receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. The ball hit Arthur Brooks at about the 45, and it was tipped and almost intercepted by Mike Stevens, the quarterback.
It looked like Brooks slipped right as the ball got there. The ball was a little high, but right there on the end, like we talked about before earlier, the painted area, it's real slip, real slick, not much grass there. Not good footing.
Ragsdale counts the blockers, and Sam Dollar has to call timeout, as they're not sure the Crusaders had enough men on the field, and Ragsdale did not want to risk punting the ball away. So with 54 seconds to go in the first half, the Crusaders take time, 19-7. Evangel with the lead. Pioneers come over to discuss how they want to set up the return, and of course the Pioneers have a successful kickoff return to the wide side of the field, far side of the field. I'm not sure you can do the same thing out of a punt. A little bit easier kick to cover than a kickoff.
I usually get a little more arch on your punts, a little more hang time, better for the return people, the defenders to get down there, tougher to make a good return.
So the timeout taken with 54 seconds to go, and Mid American Nazarene will send Len Hoke back deep to receive the punt. Ragsdale will stand back at his own 22-yard line, and we get a flag thrown, and somebody jumped. The question is whether or not it was the offense jumping first. And apparently it is going to be an inadvertent flag. Referee's coming over to Mike Redwine and saying, "Coach, it's not a penalty." And he's saying, "How come?" "Because your team jumped offside." And Coach Redwine says, "Okay." I think what he's saying is he saw one of the linemen move on the Evangel side of the ball, and he wanted the penalty to be marked off that way. Taking such a long time this particular period of time to do something as simple as punt the ball. Snap is true, and hitting right of the numbers, and the punt is a high spiral that's going to be caught at the 23-yard line. Hope to the near sideline at the 30, 35, out of bounds, and the 39-yard line. So with 43 seconds to go, the Pioneers will have the ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Should be interesting to see what they try to do here. If they try to open up, air it out a little bit, or keep it on the ground, try to score that way. I'm almost positive you're going to see some deceptive plays, so to speak, trick plays come out in this situation.
A little razzle-dazzle. That was good. I like that. Rolling under center from the 39. There's hope for you yet. He's back to pass. Swings the ball out, and the pass is incomplete at the 50-yard line. He was looking for Sean Freeman, the wide receiver, and Juan Patton was right there to hit him as the ball hit the receiver, and he pushed them both out of bounds, and Freeman wasn't able to corral the pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he would have came down in bounds anyway. Really good coverage makes it difficult to get a good pass and catch off.
Is everybody ready?
Settle goes split wide to the right along with Hope. Side of the field, and Golden is going to spread out the pass, and the pass is incomplete. It hits Jared Richards is senior in the game. Clock stops with 36 seconds to go.
Here's a situation where they have third and long, and if they throw it's an incomplete pass, they may give the ball back to the Crusaders and put a good field position with time available for them to score.
With time with the win, by the way.
That's true. Interesting to see what they do here. Maybe try to keep it on the ground. If they run option, I won't be surprised, but they have done it 3 times before in this situation.
36 seconds to go. Roland under center. Ball on the 39, 3rd down and 10 on the option play. Roland's going to keep it and dive ahead out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. And now the Crusaders are going to take a timeout and make them kick the ball. That's exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, now they're going to get a chance to get the ball in good field position with the win and to put some more points on the board. And probably Mid America made the smarter play trying to run some time there, make them waste the timeout at least.
It comes with 33 seconds to go in the half, so that time the Pioneers used 3 seconds, and the Crusaders wasted no time in calling the timeout.
Just had the players well informed on that play where they didn't have to waste a lot of time. Get a timeout. The players knew that if they stopped the runs and the run, they could get a timeout, stop the clock as early as possible, let the offense do their job.
So the punt is scheduled to come with 33 seconds to go.
Punts have been adventuresome today.
Not just a job, but an adventure. And Stansberry averages close to 42 yards a kick. He is kicking against the wind. Snap is a good one, but he drops it. He gets the kick away, but it's partially blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds at the Crusader, well, the Pioneer 49-yard line. So Evangel with 26 seconds to go gets better field position than they could have hoped for.
Oh, yeah, it's an ideal situation. I think that 10-yard punt is definitely going to hurt his average, his 41-yard average. It looked like he just dropped the ball. It was right back to him. Mishandled it. I didn't really see it that bad of a snap.
It was a little low, but it was handled. It was a snap that you could handle. So with the ball on the 50 with 26 seconds to go in the half, Skeens is going to throw out of the shotgun. The snap is good. He's back to pass. Swings it out. The catch made by Clark at the 45 to the 40, down the sideline at the 35 and out of bounds. And Derek tackled hard as he got into the slippery area along the sideline. He is out of bounds on the 35 with 15 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's a nice play. They really just run everybody deep, let the zone drop deep, run Derek underneath the linebackers. You give Derek the ball in that situation, he's going to make something good happen like he did there.
Clock stop with 15 seconds to go. Ball on the 35. Skeens again will throw out of the shotgun. John looking long, going now for Brooks. Brooks is overthrown. Arthur was at the 5-yard line. The ball was overthrown down close to the goal line. And with 10 seconds to go, Evangel will get another crack at it. Basically, you're looking at 2nd down and goal from the 35.
Could possibly maybe try to get a shorter pass pattern off and get the field goal team in if they can get out of bounds.
Now with only 10 seconds to go. You would think it would be just as easy to go ahead and take a couple of cracks at the end zone. You can afford that luxury because you have a lead. Clark in the slot to the near side with Brooks. Jones split wide right. Rushes on. Skeen steps up and fires over the middle. And Brooks at the 20-yard line, but Kenny Keeler was in the way. It was almost like he had the tunnel vision where he saw his receiver, who was open, by the way, but Keeler was in the middle and got his hands on the pass.
Hey, Keeler's been doing that all day, been around the ball. And you really got to look him up before you throw it across the middle.
5 seconds to go, and now the Crusaders with the incompletion are going to try a 52-yard field goal. I believe this definitely would be Apgar's longest kick, but it could be one of the longer kicks in school history. If it's good, the snap is high, the ball is down, and the kick is blocked. Apgar's going to pick it up. He'll give it to Jones. Jones is going to try and run with it. He's going to get tackled at the 35. He's now at the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime. A lot happened in that last 34 seconds of the half to make it exciting, as the Crusaders got outstanding field position with one complete pass and Okay, yeah, well, and tell her whenever she needs to talk to me to just pick up the phone and talk. All right, see you, Zach. Okay, bye. Crusaders are getting set to receive the third quarter kickoff as Brian Clegg gets set to kick the football, and he'll be kicking with the wind as we get set to get the third quarter underway. You're listening to Crusader football on KADI Republic Springfield. Rob Evans with Darren Cates. Evangel on top by a 19-7 score. Back deep to receive the kickoff for the Crusaders. Chris Maslin along with Gavin Jones and Darius Ford. So this one is going to get resumed with 19-7. Crusaders with the lead, and the kick is a high kick. Ford is going to take it back on the pocket. He bobbles the ball. It'll go into the end zone. And he will down it, so Evangel will have the football, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. The Crusaders with the ball, 1st down and 10, leading 19-7. Don't really have any halftime numbers per se to give you. As John Skeens trots out to take his place in the huddle and trying to get the Crusaders going. They'll be going against the wind here in the third quarter, and Arthur Brooks will come split left. Jones goes split right. Honore in the slot. And Derek Clark is the lone setback, and he'll get the handoff. Tries to turn the corner, does so, lowers his head, and is bumped out of bounds. He was bumped out. The quarterback's going up Mike Stevens to knock him out after a gain of a couple of yards. He'll get out to the 22, 2nd down and 8 to go for the first. The Crusaders up 19-7. They led 19-0. Mid American Nazarene with a touchdown with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Jones wide to the left, Brooks wide right out of the I formation. Hand off to Clark again. Clark has a little bit more running room. He is going to take the ball out of the 25 to the 27-yard line, and they'll be about 3 short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 3. 3rd down, 3 yards to go for the Crusaders. Derek Clark with a couple of carries. Jones and Brooks are the receivers, with Gavin coming wide to the right. And some motion, no flags are thrown. Now they fly to the ground as Clark gets the handoff. He's going to be close to the first down. The question is, was he drawn off, were the Pioneers drawn off by the Crusaders, or did they jump off on their own? And that question continues to be asked until the linesman picks it up and marks the 5 yards off against the Pioneers. So they did jump offside. So that will give the Crusaders a 1st down and 10. At that point, 20-3, Colorado leading the Missouri Tigers. You're smiling.
No real surprise there, I guess.
No, and you begin to wonder if the regime of Bob Stahl is coming to a close. 1st down and 10. Clark will get the handoff and a power run as he breaks a tackle at the 35 and fights his way out close to the 40-yard line. He was piled up. There was about 3 defenders there, a couple of blockers in that pile, the kind of guess you would see in rugby. And then all of a sudden, Clark squirted free and was able to get the extra yardage and bring up 2nd down. 2 yards to go, so a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 out of the I formation. The Crusaders have kept it on the ground so far. Clark will try and sweep to the near side. He's out of the 40, breaks a tackle, bites his way out of bounds at the 44-yard line, and that should be good for another Crusader first down. So the chains will move.
I'm sure this is what Coach Bearfield would like to see. Have the offensive line come out, dominate for a big drive, getting some ground on the yards on the ground, kind of get the momentum back in Evangel's favor.
Brooks and Jones are the receivers. One to each side, and Clark with a play-action fake to him. They're going for Gavin Long down the sideline. He's got it at the 20. And the Crusaders will have the ball. 1st and 10, but hang on, the flag is thrown, and a hold is going to bring it back.
Boy, I hate to see a beautiful passing catch like that one nullified. Really, Skeens put the ball right on the money. The only place Gavin could have gone. Gavin's a great catch off or not.
That was a pretty pass play. And I'm sure that the hold did not have anything to do with it. In other words, it was away from the play because he got rid of the ball in enough time. And
yeah, hardly rushed at all.
So the penalty is going to take the ball all the way back to the 29-yard line. And the Crusaders will have 1st and 24. Skeens will throw from the shotgun. 3 receivers out of the pass pattern. They fire the ball out. The ball was tipped, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line. Gavin Jones was in the neighborhood. That ball was tipped.
Yeah, I tell you what, if it wasn't tipped, it probably would have gone for a long way. Both linebackers saw Derek Clark flare out to the left flat, really cleared the middle open. And of course, it's that screen, that flanker screen, that had the blockers, the offensive line up in front of him. Could have went for a long way.
2nd down and 24. The ball on the 29-yard line. Evangel going right to left, and Clark will get the call. He's going to go off tackle, breaks the tackle into the clear at the 40, 45, at the 50, and it's going to be 3rd and short. And the Crusaders have a player down. One of the linemen who opened up the hole, Chris Lewis, was slow getting up, but he's okay. And Darius Ford is going to bring the play in from the sideline. Just when you think you've got the Crusaders pinned back and they're going to run the ball, Derek Clark comes up with a big play. And all goes to show you that when the defense is thinking pass, a guy like Derek can pick up yardage. 3rd and 4 from midfield. Quick pitch to Clark. Clark is going to be hit by the line of scrimmage. And down it goes. Also goes to show you that when they're thinking run and they get run, they can be tough. And a punting situation is coming.
Yeah, it was nice to turn a 2nd and long situation into a 3rd and short situation, but almost the exact same play to the other side went nowhere.
Ragsdale to punt. Against the wind, he gets the kick away. Fair catch is called for it. It's going to take a bounce. The ball hit one of the Pioneers. It's loose, and Evangel recovers. The ball hit one of the Pioneers. It took a funny bounce, came back and hit one of the pump men and bounced free. And the Crusaders come up with a turnover at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, the only thing ever saw the ball, he was on a block. And boy, just funny things have happened today on the kicking game. It's been an adventure, like we said before.
Tell you what, we need to tell Coach Bearfield his ball bounce is kind of funny. He has had a couple of crazy bounces today that have resulted in Turnovers for both ball clubs.
Now, Evangel really likes to pick the ball up in this situation after a turnover or, recovering in the other team's territory. Let's see what they do here.
Trips to the near side with Clark in the slot. Now they're going to give it to him on the shovel pass. He's going to dance outside. He's at the 20. Still on his feet inside the 15. A flag is thrown on the tail end of the play at the 11. It's going to be a first down if the play stands, and it will be a pass completion on the shovel pass. The referee comes over and says, personal foul, Mid American Nazarene. So that will add some yardage to the end of the play.
Derek made a beautiful play right near the first down marker. Got tripped up, about to go down, just puts his head down and practically crawls for the next 6 yards. Of course, and the Mid-America defender jumps on top, gets that personal foul penalty.
Mike Redwine out of the field asking the referee what the penalty is. 1:53 to go. And the Crusaders will come to the line, looking at first and goal now from the 7-yard line. Clock will start.
First and goal from the 6-yard line for the Crusaders.
Two wide receivers to the far side. Skeens is going to throw the timing pattern for 4. He leaps and makes the catch. A penalty flag is thrown. The question is it offensive or defensive pass interference?
I think they're probably going to call him offensive.
And they do. So take the touchdown off the board.
And I don't know if I agree with that. Boy, he looked like he just went over the top and took it from him, not going through the defender.
It looked like a classic case of two guys going for the ball. And when contact occurs, that's what the game of football is about.
Great effort by Clark. What Evangel's just trying to do there, they got a mismatch in that situation, size and strength and ability, and really just trying to throw it up and let him go out and outman his man.
6'3", Darius Ford against 5'10", Kurt Peterson. 15-yard penalty will take the ball back to the 22. So it'll be first and goal at that point. Gavin Jones gets it in. Down behind the line, it's going to be second and goal now from the 24. So with Jones lining up at the tailback spot, with Derek Clark getting a breather on the sideline, the Crusaders have run into a little bit of trouble thanks to that penalty. Jones will go split wide right along with Arthur Brooks, and Ford comes wide left. Honore is the lone setback. Skeens is going to throw out of the shotgun. He's going to fire over the middle. Brooks makes the catch at the 12-yard line. Stutter steps at the 10 and goes down at the 8. And you're going to be looking at third and goal from that point.
And Arthur Brooks is really dangerous after he catches the ball. He's just tough to bring down.
So Brooks with the catch. And the Crusaders will have the ball 3rd and 8. And you don't want to settle for that, but it's nice to know that you are back in field goal range with that pass completion. With the wind going against you, you're probably out of field goal range before that completion. 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. 10 seconds now on the play clock as the Crusaders get to the line with 8-7. Skeens under center, trips to the near side. John's going to come back to pass. He sets up, fires it back against the grain, and the tight end dropped the football. Blake Bunning had the pass, hit him right in the hands, and it fell incomplete, and he had wide open space ahead of him.
They had a few blockers that in their little tight end screen that had set up, and no telling how far he could have went. When it looked like he tried to run before he caught it.
Apgar getting set to attempt a field goal from the far hash mark of 25 yards. 9:03 to go, 3rd quarter, snap back, ball down, the kick is good. Eric Apgar with his 3rd field goal of the year, a 25-yarder, 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Evangel leads 22-7. Back with a kickoff in 30 seconds. Eric Apgar with his 3rd. 9:03 to go, 3rd quarter, snap back, ball down. Rob Evans, Darren Cates back at Pioneer Stadium. It's 22-7. The Crusaders with the lead over the Mid American Pioneers. Eric Apgar getting set to kick the football away as the Crusaders put some points on the board, and after that pass interference penalty that cost them 15 yards, that was a very big field goal to get points back on the board. Apgar will kick, McBride will hold it on the tee, and the ball is going to be taken by Len Hook at the 17-yard line. He'll come to the near sideline as they set up the return, and the return does not go very far out to the 25-yard line. There to kind of bottle things up was Dallas Nash, and Craig Noakes was able to shoot through and make the hit.
Hey, your boy ran a long way to trying to get to the wall, and you'd almost think in that situation that if the ball's kicked that far away from the wall that you maybe want to just try to take it straight ahead, see how much yardage you can get out of it.
That was the case, though. They ended up with the long return. The last time they ran quite a ways. On first down from the 25, the quick pitch to the wingback. And the wingback is going to get out to the 30-yard line. They line Jared Richards up in the backfield, and he gets the pitch. He is going to pick up close to 5 yards. They're going to give him a very positive spot. They give him 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Second down, 6 yards to go. 2 wide receivers, split wide right. Sean Freeman and the tailback, Jeremy Peacock, and the handoff to Jones. He breaks into the clear. He's down the sideline. He's going to go for the score. A 70-yard run from scrimmage for Kevin Jones. The Crusaders had a couple of tacklers who had shots to get him. But Jones was able to break into the clear and take it all the way to the house. Jones with his second touchdown run of the game. This one from long distance. And the Pioneers are going for the extra point. I don't know if they're going for 2. They line up in the huddle, and now they're going to have to burn a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. It looks like they're going to try and capitalize on the momentum and go for the 2-point conversion. Currently, it is 22-13. They would like to get back to within 7 points. And the Crusaders were able to go back up by. They were able to go up 22-7 and make it a 15-point game. And the Pioneers are trying to get it back down to a touchdown. So a wise move to go for the 2-point conversion here.
And believe it or not, before the touchdown, I was about to say that Mid America really needed a score here if they wanted to make it a ball game. They've had a score, now it is a ball game.
Well, the Crusaders had a couple of different players who had chances to get to them. Bob Bailey was one of them. And then I want to say it was Ron Patton who was in at the safety spot who had the last chance to possibly run him down at about the 20-yard line, and they got away from him as well.
Yeah, it looked like when Bailey was making his attempt to dive at him that Jones started to swerve just at that time, really not knowing whether Bailey was there or not. But kind of running away from him, and as luck would have it, as Bailey dove, he moved out of the way.
So the 2-point conversion try out of the I formation, the offset I. The fake pitch, Rowland is going to roll to throw to the near side. The pass is complete. He runs over for the 2-point conversion. It is 7 to go, third quarter. It's 22-15. In 30 seconds. 22-15. It is now a 7-point game, and Evangel's best in the country scoring. Again, well, they're number 1 in the nation against in points allowed, allowing just 8.7 points a game. That's going to take a beating today. Giving up 15 points so far here in the third quarter.
And more importantly, like I said, it's back to a 7-point lead.
That's the important thing. And you've got the Pioneers back in the game as well. And by that, I mean they're beginning to think that they can win this ball.
The longer they hang around, the tougher it is going to be to beat them.
Exactly right. Ryan Clegg is going to kick it away. He sends it deep. Jones is going to catch it at the 5. He'll bring it straight ahead. Now he cuts to the outside at the 15 to the 20, 25-yard line. He's going to be tackled out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's where the Crusaders have the ball first and 10. And if you're thinking about drawing something up on the sideline, you're going to draw up a drive for a score here.
Yeah, the Evangel all year long has really answered the other teams that scored and put points on the board. They came back with long drives and put some points on the board of their own. And definitely this is what they need here to really get the momentum back if anything else. And boy, doesn't that pass Darius Ford move much now.
You better believe it. Pass that did not look like was pass interference. Pitch back to Derek Clark. There's a big hole as he goes off tackle out over the 30 to the 33-yard line. Getting out of there after making the stop for the Pioneers is Dave Campbell, linebacker. Leon Lewis, Kenny Keeler, and Dave Campbell, a very busy trio of linebackers. Also Michael Burge in there. And a linebacker spot now, a freshman. A gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Clark will get it again. He's going to get the first down as he's out close to the 40-yard line. So Clark carries out to the 44. It will be another first down for the Crusaders. What do you have him at unofficially now? Quite a bit. Well over 100 yards at this point.
Got him for about 159.
So he was over the 100-yard mark at the half.
At the half, he was 17 for 117 yards.
Out of the I formation from the 39-yard line on first down. Clark out over the 40 to the 42, possibly the 43. I think I said the 44 was where they had the most spot. It was the 39-yard line. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. A gain of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for the Crusaders. Got to go back to that game at Plaster 2 years ago when the Pioneers gave the Crusaders the scare of their lives that season with a 28-26 decision that the Crusaders won. So they have played Evangel tough. Clark hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks free of a tackle. He was hit at the 40. Was able to break free and get out to the 46, close to the 47-yard line, and instead of looking at third and what could have been about 9 yards to go, it's going to be third and short, third and a couple.
Yeah, I think Keeler had him by the jersey, and you're just not going to bring Derek Clark down by the jersey too often. And it looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield and turns it into about a 6-yard gain.
You hit him high, you can break your back. You hit him high, he's going to break the super stuff. Remember that one's from. Clark dives to the first down.
All we have right there, man, with the longest yard.
Yep, that was what was from. But basically, the tackler tried to hit him high, and if you hit a guy of Derek Clark's stature high, he's going to run right over you. That time, he was diving towards the first down, and from here, it looks like he's going to be spotted short. And I think the chains are going to come out. First time we'll see a measurement today, and I think if they get it, it's going to be very, very close. John Skeen's up there to make sure that everything is conducted in a fair and above board manner.
tackle. If they don't get it, it's going to be an interesting call to see if they go for it.
They are going to be about 3 inches short. They're going to go for it at this point. At midfield, or right near midfield, the ball to the 48-yard line. So the crowd will make noise. The Crusaders will call their play. Ray and Clark are in the backfield, and Skeens will duck under center.
Maybe a good time to go to the long camp, see if we can call him offsides.
Skeens is going to sneak forward, and he'll get the first down. If there's any justice to their spot, if their last spot was correct, he only needed 3 inches, and he got about 6. They will unpile, and the way they've got it marked at this point, he's got the first down. They're still unpiling, everybody fighting for every last inch of real estate. And the Crusaders should get the first down. But should get and do get are two different things. And the way they've got it spotted, he's got it by about a yard. Not a positive spot with hometown folks. Ball is on the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:07 to go in the third. Gavin Jones comes wide left. Arthur Brooks goes wide right. Honore and Clark in the backfield, and Skeens will pitch it to Clark. He's going to give it to Jones on the end around. He'll pick up a block into Pioneer territory, down the sidelines, and out of bounds as he gets inside the 45 at the 43-yard line. That time they gave it to Jones on the double handoff, the end around, and Gavin was able to pick up good yardage.
Well, Leon Lewis stayed at home on that play for the Pioneers and really made a good play just to get Gavin pushed out of bounds. He was the only man Gavin had to beat, and his really only defense was to push him out of bounds. He wasn't going to lay a big hand on him to get a good tackle.
If Leon Lewis does not stay home, it is a big game. Out of the eye on 2nd and 2. The pitch goes to Clark. He runs into his own man in the backfield. Breaks away from that. Surges towards the first down marker. At the 41, he's going to be a little bit shy. It'll be 3rd and short. Good second effort, though, because if he goes down where he ran into Warren Honore, then the play does not get much at all. Clark is still seated on the turf. Eddie Tillman will go out and take a look at it. Derek is sitting down with both legs straight out, and you just hope that it is something akin to a cramp.
Which is that quite often.
Today, though, doesn't seem like it would be the kind of day that would lend you to having a cramp. Fortunately, that's what it looks like it is, and Derek is going to walk off. And over to the sideline, it'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and about a yard. Gavin Jones will line up, I believe, at the tailback spot. Honore gets the call straight ahead. He surges inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. And he'll get 4 yards and a first down. Well, I wonder how the golf tournament went today.
I'm sure it was just a fantastic day out there.
Today, of course, the rain day for the Crusader Basketball Open. That was played out at Horton Smith. Kind of glad that it rained before because you and I were scheduled for gremlin duty that day.
That's all right.
I noticed you had a tear in your eye when you told Coach Jenkins you had someplace to go today. Pitch on first down to Gavin Jones. The flag is thrown. And the Crusaders get about a yard. Maybe 2 out of the play. And a hold is going to be called to wipe out the play anyway. The Crusaders have been guilty of holding quite a bit today, according to the officiating crew. This is about the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen them called for a hold today. Normally, that has not been the case in most games.
No, especially when you look back to, you didn't see that call too often against Benedictine, who had maybe what would be called a more formidable line that they were facing than today's opponent with Mid American. So you wouldn't think that holding would be that necessary.
But so far it has been.
I think what the case may be is Mid America is smaller and quicker than what Benedictine's line is, and maybe your hand movements have a tendency to reach out and touch someone, so to speak.
3:40 to go in the third. 22-15. The quick toss sweep to Gavin Jones. He's going to go straight ahead. Inside the 45, down close to the 42-yard line. Second down and 20 to go. And this is going to bring up a second down. Actually, it was first and 20. This will bring up second and 15. So a gain of 5 for Gavin Jones. Ford comes wide left. Brooks wide right. Honoré in the slot to the left side. Jones the lone setback. He'll get the handoff. Tries to cut outside. Stumbles forward to the 40-yard line. He was hit by Tad Barnett near the line of scrimmage. Gets forward to the 40-yard line, and they'll be looking at third down. They're going to spot him back at the 41. They're looking at 3rd and 14 for the Crusaders.
It's a big play here.
James is going to throw out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Pass time. Fires over the middle. Ford with the catch. He'll be close to the first down. If they went for it a moment ago, they will probably go for it again. It's going to be that close. Ball is going to be spotted on the 29-yard line, between the 29 and the 28, and I think they had to get to the 28 for the first down. So it's going to be 4th and about a yard. Derek Clark comes into the ball game for the Crusaders. And the Crusaders discuss the situation, and finally Darius Ford will come to the sideline. 4th and 1. Clark will line up as the lone setback. Honoré is the lone setback. Clark in the slot. Trips to the near side. Play action fake. Schemes is going to throw. He's going home. Jones is in the end zone. The ball is caught and intercepted. Great play call by the Crusaders. Jones got behind and the ball floated just enough to allow the defender to get there. The interception was the interception again. It was the wind. John couldn't get all he wanted to on the ball. He got it up just a little too much, and the wind is just going to hold that ball up today. Gavin was open earlier. If he was able to get the ball away quicker, it was going to be a definite 6. That's one thing that you got to take into account. He threw that ball into the wind and put it on the money. It just held it up long enough to allow the defender to get there. And I think Gavin was mad that he didn't take it away from the defender. Yeah, I thought he had a good shot maybe getting it. Rolling on the option, pitches the ball, puts it on the ground. It's loose, and I believe the Crusader defense has come up with the turnover. They lined up with their wingback, James Blount, as a wide receiver to their left side, and he was coming back, and they were trying to use it on a reverse, run the option, and then pitch the ball, only to have Blount cut in front of the pitch man and bring it back the other way. And it was almost picked off. It looked like the Crusader defender really got in there to shake the play up. I'm not sure which one it was. And then, of course, after that, it's just a free fall for the ball. Down to 1:06 to go in the third. Evangel with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8, power I backfield. Clark with a handoff. He's going to go off tackle. And he's stuck at the line of scrimmage.
Clark making the tackle for the Pioneers is
Tyrone Cole is going to get credit for the stop. A gain of a yard. Second and goal from the 7. Clock winds down to 38 seconds to go. Tim Hester in the power I backfield with Honore and Clark. Clark gets the handoff down to the 5, maybe the 4, and it'll bring up third and goal at that point. Third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Into the lineup to provide a little extra support in the line. Brett Mahoney, a 270-pound freshman lineman, 270 pounds, 5'11", and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. The Crusaders, as we get set to start the fourth quarter, will be looking at third and goal from the 4. At the end of 3, it's Evangel 22, Mid American Nazarene 15. Back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. Third down and 3. Derek Clark gets the ball, sprints to the outside. He is on third down and goal from the 4. Derek Clark on the first play of the fourth quarter was hit behind the line of scrimmage. And the officials take time out as Derek again seems to have trouble with that leg. Cramp in his right leg. The Crusaders are going to be looking at fourth down. And Eric Apgar is going to come into the game and attempt a field goal.
Clark is down again. And it doesn't on his right calf indicate cramps again.
It doesn't matter that he's going to have to come out of the game for a play because in this situation, the Crusaders are going for the field goal anyway. Inside the first minute, 14:47 to go. And Apgar will be in to attempt what is going to be a 22-yard field goal. He's already hit from 25. And he is working with the breeze. The only question is it will be from the far hash mark as the Crusaders go from your left to your right in this fourth quarter. So Apgar will kick the field goal out of the hold of Gavin Jones. He will attempt the field goal, I should say. A 22-yarder snapback ball down. The kick is a line drive kick, and it's good. It did not look pretty, but it went through 11 feet off the ground. And with 14:33 to go in the ball game, it's Evangel leading by 10, 25-15. Back to the kickoff in 30 seconds. Drive kick, and it's field goal, I should say. A 22-yarder snapback ball down the 22-yard. Well, I'm not sure that they give style points and field goals. The only question is, does it go through the uprights more than 10 feet off the ground? And the answer is yes, they do. And that kick sailed through about 11 feet high.
Yeah, when you look tomorrow in the paper, it won't have an asterisk besides the 3 points. You'll just have 3.
So Apgar makes it a 25-15 ball game with 14:33 left to go. McBride is going to hold on the kickoff. And it's going to be taken by Len Hoke, and then he'll watch it bounce out of the end zone. So first and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Sons of the Pioneers. Trailing 22 to 25 now to 15. Johnny Rowland is their quarterback. 170-pound senior sends two wide receivers to the near side, Steve Settle and Jermaine Peacock. On the option, the first man through is Kevin Jones, and Jones surges out to the 21, possibly the 22-yard line. Jeff Sager in on the stop for the Crusaders. It'll be a gain of 2, second down and 8. And right now, as long as it is a 2-score game for Mid America, the defense will be content to let them run the football. Pitch back to Richards, and he's going to cut outside, pick up a first down, a bit close to it at the 30-yard line. He's going to be run out at the 29, so he'll be a yard short on third down.
Yeah, Mid America, if they really want to get back into the game again, like I said, they are 2 scores down. Really need to get something going here. It's going to be tough because they are facing the wind.
And the Crusaders could come up with a big play here defensively and possibly force a punt and go towards getting back in this one. This has been a hard-fought game as you anticipated coming in. Backs are split, 2 wide receivers to the right side of the field. The Crusaders may have jumped. They don't see a flag, and the handoff in the backfield goes to Jones. He's going to be hit behind the line. He is dropped, and now without a flag thrown, they're going to call off. So, well, they did drop a flag too. It's over near the sideline, so they did call the penalty, as the Crusaders did jump, so the play will be negated, and the penalty will give Mid America the first down to the 34. Resulted in a loss of about 4 yards as the play was going to stand, but because of the Pioneer bench out there, we couldn't see where the official dropped the flag. Instead of throwing it in the air like you're supposed to, he just kind of dropped it at the ground, and, as if to say, oh, by the way.
Are you saying he didn't do his job appropriately?
No, he didn't. He didn't. You're supposed to throw the flag, not drop it. On the option on first down, Richards has to reverse his field, and he is tackled by Randy Burns at the 39-yard line. A good open field tackle after a gain of 5 by James Blount.
You call that a tackle, I call that a smash. He got drilled by Randy Burns. And really, again, they're running the option, and only by the great play of James Blount does he turn that in any kind of gain. The Crusaders had snuffed out, but the Pioneers keep going back to it.
Well, he had to come back against the grain, and basically the defense did its job until he decided to ad-lib and come back, and then he was able to pick up 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Under center, the handoff to the fullback, and Jones is going to find his way out to the 43-yard line. He'll be about a yard, a half yard short of the first down, depending on where the spot of the ball is. The players taking a while to unpile, which will make it even more difficult to get a positive spot, to get a good spot. And for some reason, one of the, is it a coach or a trainer out on the field to...
One of the referees got shaken up on the play, and I didn't see exactly what happened to him. Seems to be okay now.
It's the same guy, if it was shaken up, he's the same guy that's trying to spot the football. And they're going to have him about a yard away from a first down. Now they're going to call timeout. Ask for a measurement. 2:48 to go. Did that last score indicate Kansas State beating Kansas?
I think so.
Hoorah. Well, what do K-State and Florida State have in common now? They both beat Kansas.
Should see K-State move up in the rankings this week.
The ball is going to be about a yard away from the first down. Seems kind of funny, though, to see that game being played this early in the year. Maybe is it my memory failing me, and they've always played it about this time, and we just never noticed it.
It's weird to be later in the year.
Third down and about a yard to go for the first. Evangel setting in, expecting the run. They get the run, this time to the wingback, Jared Richards, and he should have it up for the first down, but again, it's going to be close. They're going to go ahead and move the chains without a measurement, but Richards did not get that much yardage.
There has to be some method to the madness of spotting the ball.